So let's talk about debt. We all have it. I mean, Americans today, we live with debt, in and out of debt. It's a hot topic in personal finance. And you're here potentially because you have debt and you want to figure out what to do with it, how to get out of debt. I have story after story of clients who come to me who have the same question and the same concern. Not only do they have a ton of debt, but they want to learn how to get out of debt forever. And it really is a combination of two things. First, I have this phrase called debt dumping. And debt dumping is something that I see a lot with clients because the feeling of being in debt can feel like you're drowning or swimming. I've been there. I get it. And the first thing I want you to hear is that there's a way out, and debt dumping is not the way out. Debt is an accumulation of behaviors and choices over time. Credit card debt, maybe auto loan debt, student loan debt, business debt. Over time, you can feel like you're just accumulating debt. That's the debt accumulation cycle, the debt accumulation stage. And at some point, you wake up and you go, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. I want to change it. I don't want to pay interest anymore. Whatever conversation you're in today, one of the most damaging things that you can do is debt dump because you didn't get into debt overnight. It's not something typically with most people that happens like that. In the case of medical debt, sometimes you can have a big medical event that's going to cause debt to pile up. But for most people, it's the slow accumulation of debt that you get into and you want out, and there's no quick fix. With debt dumping, what happens is you take all of the extra money that you have every single month and you just want to dump it all onto debt. And what that looks like a lot is that when you list out all of the debt that you have and the payments that you're making, instead of having any kind of strategy, you have your payments. There's the minimum payments that are due, but you're just on top of the minimum payments dumping whatever you think you can afford on top of that debt. So instead of having a $50 minimum payment that you're making, maybe you're paying $250. That's a big difference, right? A $200 difference. And then the next credit card, same thing. Maybe it's a $75 minimum payment, but you're paying $100 or $125. And that's a debt dumping cycle that keeps you in debt. So you have to remind yourself that you didn't get into debt overnight. You're not going to get out of debt overnight. Another thing I have a lot of clients ask me about is debt repair, which is different than consolidation. There are debt repair programs out there that are maybe sending you emails or you're seeing them online, and they're telling you that you can get debt relief really quickly. It's just as damaging as debt dumping, if not more, because what happens is they take you down a road that takes you years and years to recover. Again, they're promising you a quick fix. My conversation with you today is that there is no quick fix to get out of debt. You have to work on your mindset and the whole mindset that got you into debt in the first place. You have to work on transforming that mindset. I'll talk a little bit about how you can do that. And then on top of that, you have to shift and course correct any behaviors. So the mindset and the behaviors that got you into debt in the first place, we have to shift those over time so that you actually have the ability to pay out. Well, first you have the ability to pay off your debt, and then you can stay out of debt. I've had clients come to me who take the very aggressive approach of not spending any money, eating beans and rice, cutting back all expenses just for the sake of getting out of debt. And guess what? 6 months, a year later, they're back in debt. Same thing with bankruptcy. Clients who have filed bankruptcy once, the debt got cleared away. Now they're facing their second bankruptcy. Why is that? Because they went after a quicker fix, not actually fixing or solving or correcting what caused the debt in the first place. That is a longer road to getting out of debt. And that is a more sustainable road for getting out of debt. So if debt dumping isn't the answer or the solution, what is? Well, coaching, hiring a coach, working with a coach, someone who's trained not only to help you work with the numbers and put the right numbers in place, but working with someone who can also simultaneously help you with your mindset would be super valuable. Asking you powerful questions about what caused the debt in the first place. When did you first go into debt? For a lot of people, the debt cycle started when they were really young. Or if you look back at your family history, it's a cycle that's been perpetuated over and over again. You're going to be required to take a deep look at your own relationship with money, with scarcity, with fear, with wealth. Take some time to do that so that you can pinpoint the stressors in your life, pinpoint the causes in your life that keep this cycle going over and over again. There are some great coaches out there that can help you work on your money mindset to dial in and understand where the unhealthy habits are coming from so that you can course correct them, so that you can move on. Also, I just want you to hear that big picture, debt isn't a bad thing. The more you beat yourself up for being in debt, it's more likely that you're going to stay in debt. Yeah, the more you beat yourself up for being in debt, it's more likely that you're going to stay in debt because what you focus on expands. The more you stay up at night focusing on your debt, the more you stress about your debt, the more you're going to have debt because you do things like debt dumping, or you try to get this quick fix without fixing the underlying issue altogether. So a longer, more sustainable approach would be working on your mindset first, slowly putting some things in place to pay off your debt. And if you've seen other videos of mine, one of the best ways for you to get out of debt forever is to embrace a healthy relationship with spending. For women in particular, we are shamed and we are guilted for spending over and over again, which causes a lot of dis-ease and stress when it comes to the way that we're spending money, and also creates a debt cycle. If we don't feel like we have enough or we don't have a healthy relationship with money, we could end up in debt for so many reasons. So by having a healthy relationship with spending, you can give yourself permission to spend. In my Stop Budgeting course, I teach you how to do that. And when you transform your relationship with spending and open up a new conversation there, then as you're paying down debt, you can get out of debt and stay out of debt because you have a new transformed relationship with spending. That's a new way of thinking about money altogether. So coming back to the front end of this video, debt dumping is not the answer. Working on your mindset, having sustainable solutions, having a strategy, knowing the different ways to get out of debt and picking what's best for you, not looking for the quick fix, will help you stay out of debt. But first, you've got to work on how you can spend healthily, how you can have a healthy mindset and relationship with money. Those things take time, and they are absolutely worth the investment because you're worth the investment. If you're looking for ways to get out of debt, keep following me. I'll keep having these conversations. And just know that the quick fix is not the best fix. It might temporarily make you feel better, just like maybe temporarily spending on a credit card. But it's going to take time. It's going to take energy and commitment to have something that you want. And it's totally worth it. Follow me for more tips on how to get out of debt, how to have a healthy relationship with spending, and let me know in the comments what you liked or didn't like about this video. I'll catch you next time.